Wow, it's been 2 years. All right, what's going on, people? It's your man's Woozilla. We back yet again with the episode of Thoroughbred Talks. Now, it has been officially 2 years since I've released an episode of this podcast. We're going to get back into it because I got a lot of things to say and a lot of opinions and things like that. And on top of that, a lot of life has been happening. Now, if you aren't familiar with this podcast, it's basically where I just talk about gaming stuff solo dolo, as long as updates with my life, things of that sort that I feel comfortable with letting y'all into, as well as putting you on game about things and things of life and things of that sort. As you can see, I'm a little tongue-tied right now because it's been a minute since I've done this type of long-form content. And if you noticed, and if you've been in the streams at all, your boy's married. So we're going to talk about that later on in episodes, things of that sort. But for today, we're going to stay focused on gaming, things like that, and as well as creative plans going forward, as long as for this podcast and as well as Run Those Games podcast, because we got a lot to catch up on, a lot of things that I have been kind of working on keeping in the tuck and just have not really been following through on due to lifing. But I digress. What we're here to talk about today is a whole lot of gaming news and a whole lot of things that I've done read that have upset me, inspired me, and all the other good stuff in between. So let's get on into it. Now, the first order of business is one of my favorite and heavily slept on games, and I will die on this hill. Battlefield Hardline is officially shutting down. Now, if you guys wonder at all why I keep looking down, I have my podcast notes. So I'm going to reference those until I get back into this full swing of me, being in my Duffy and things of that sort. But yeah, it's a pretty sad day. Battlefield Hardline is going to be shutting down, specifically on consoles. So for the Xbox and PS5, PlayStation, things of that sort, no longer be able to play it. Good news is, if you are on PC, you'll still be able to play it. And I'm pretty sure on PC, it's like 20 or 30 bucks. This game right here, I'm not going to hold you, is heavily slept on and is one of the better Battlefield entries as of late. I'd even take this one over Battlefield 1 and Battlefield 5 personally. This game actually did something new when it comes to the Battlefield franchise. Instead of it being just a typical military shooter and things of that sort, they went the opposite route and said, fuck it, let's do cops and robbers. And the method they did it in was a lot of fun. Unfortunately, due to, everybody, I'm not gonna lie to you, when I really think back about this game, right, and I know there's like certain moments that led to this over hypercritical grifting bullshit that these fucking neckbeards and incels do now. I feel like this was the first instance of it kind of showing its ugly head, because everybody immediately shit on this game without even giving it a chance. Like literally everybody named Mama was saying that this isn't a Battlefield, this isn't real Battlefield, this is X, Y, and Z, everything under the sun. But the whole time this game was actually trying to do something different, to breathe life into the franchise and do something outside of just typical military stuff. And what tends to be the case is you don't appreciate it until it's gone. I mean, this game had real dope customization. The fact that the characters actually talk shit back and forth to one another was funny as hell. Like, the criminals were a little bit OD, motherfucker this, motherfucker that, bitch this, bitch that. But it was just fun and funny. And on top of that, the maps really did play well with this type of style of play, because it was more close quarters. Even on like Conquest, things like that, it was very close quarters, map design and map structure, to the point where you were damn near running into somebody no matter what flag that you was at. It's very unfortunate because this game also had, I think it was, that I can remember off the top of my head, mind you, about 3 game modes. They had the heist game mode where you had to, get the funds and get it back to your home base, right? Then they had one of my personal favorites, was Blood Money, which is going to the main vault and collecting as much money as you can and taking it back to your respective base, whether you're the cops and or the robbers, which was lit as hell. Or what was it? Hotwired. Now, Hotwired was really fun, but I kind of wish that they actually reworked the cars a little bit, because if you took Objective A, which was the oil tanker, all it took was one RPG and it's over with. But the game had such a unique charm to it, and everybody was calling this high-priced DLC. The game featured its own campaign, which before, all the open world campaign shit that we have now, where games are 40 to 50 hours of just the campaign alone, this game was a smooth little, if I remember correctly, like 8 to 9 hours worth of a campaign that was done in such a creative way that, again, it was underappreciated. We're talking about a game that literally had episodic, it had an episodic campaign to where each chapter was its own kind of like episode like of a TV show. Like they literally did a cops and robbers TV show, and it was cool as shit. Like where every game has this, you know, mission 1 did this, black screen. Mission 2, The Awakening. Do that mission. Fucking mission 3, The Get Back. And then black screen. Like, you know what I'm saying? This game was just like, nah, we're going to do it in this episodic style. And it was so dope. Like, some of my only gripes with this was like snipers. Because if anything, not to say that like Battlefield's like some hardcore military sim. I mean, if you want that, go play Arma or some shit, right? But the only thing I like that kind of turned me off, and not even turned me off in a way that was like, I'm not ever going to play this game again, but turned me off in the sense of just like, damn, I kind of don't understand why they did that, was, you know, the straight pull already being unlocked for sniper rifles. Now, if you've played Battlefield at all, then you know just how crucial that straight pull is when you're, you know, playing the sniper class or the recon class, whereas, you know, Call of Duty, you could just keep sniping, the gun just basically automatically chambers itself. Whereas in Battlefield, as soon as you shoot that first shot, you got to unscope so your character could rechamber the next round and you could keep firing. Now, when you had the straight pull, you're able to shoot and you could stay scoped in and it would automatically do it. Well, in this game, they basically already unlocked it for the very first sniper that you get. That kind of turned me off a little bit. I'm not going to hold you. I wasn't the biggest fan of it. But then this game just kept on improving, kept adding new things, started fixing the servers because Lord knows, Battlefield and their servers fucking week 1. Ugh. But even still, I wasn't having too many issues. Plus, they had the little Easter eggs, like the couch that you could actually drive and things like that. Again, the maps were fun. They were just trying different things. And again, this game was thoroughly enjoyable. I mean, there was nothing like, for me personally, like I said, I have very fond memories with this because this was the first time I bought a console with my own money, being the Xbox One. I didn't want the PS4. I was from Xbox 360 going to the Xbox One, that whole thing. I eventually did buy a PS4, but that's a whole different story for a whole different date. But I bought the Xbox One, then I bought Battlefield Hardline, and I bought Battlefield 4, then I bought Battlefield Hardline. I was just having a blast because this game, again, it was just different. Like, Battlefield 4 plays one way, and then Hardline plays an entirely different way, but it still feels like a Battlefield game, just with a unique twist to it. Like, honestly, this game is like a passion project, to be honest with you. Like, it felt like something that, you know, the modding community would have made, like, to just try something, just like added expansion. You feel what I'm saying? Like, if say that 4 servers shut down, well, actually, I look at it like this. For those of you who play Star Wars Battlefront 2, right? You know, like the Kyber application and how they modded the shit out of that. This kind of felt like that, but entirely more fleshed out, obviously, because Visceral's behind it. So, you know what I'm saying? But the game was enjoyable. And the fact that we never got a second one, and what really makes me mad, the fact that so many people shitted on it really pisses me off, because people were shitting on this game without even playing it. They were just hearing what their favorite content creators were saying about this game. Oh, it's just high-priced DLC. It's just that and the third. Whole time, you can sink hours and hours into this game. You're able to customize your own emblem. You were able to like get like cool little patches and shit like that. Was I a fan of the pack openings? Absolutely the fuck not. But you were able to earn money in game to then buy. Listen, you were able to earn in-game money. You couldn't buy the money on. You couldn't buy some, like, you see how like I got, well, you can't really see it, but you can't buy in-game currency to like buy better weapons, shit like that. You actually have to play the game and earn it, which was lit. Because if you remember, Call of Duty Black Ops 1 had the same concept, or the same thing actually, and this game had it. Again, EA just loves to just do nut shit and not give the fans what they want if they can't monetize the ever-loving fuck out of it and fuck over their consumer. This is a prime example of it. We got this, Battlefront, Titanfall, and I could probably go for another one. Oh, NBA Street, we're gonna talk about that later. NFL Street, you see, fuck you, EA, because every time y'all have something great, you just ram it every time. Skate recently, let me stop. But anyways, it is a sad day. Granted, while the game's not gone forever, I do have it on PC. I have this game like on all 3 of my console, or all 3 platforms. I have it on Xbox, PlayStation, and PC. All my shit's on my PlayStation account, or my Xbox and PlayStation account, so that's kind of ass. But dude, this game was just so much fun, and it just got shit on immediately, and I didn't like it. Like, to those who are saying that you should like wait to get it on sale if you ain't got the funds like that, I understand that, because I fully support that. Like, if you're one of those people who's not fortunate enough to, you know, get every game that they want, like 2 games a month, shit like that, and you only get 3 to 4 games a year, yeah, you might want to wait for this one to drop, because, you know, 60 over the course of like a year, say that you buy, you know, 2 games a month, that's 120 times 12, you know what I'm saying? That's some bread right there. That's some bread on just video games, so I get it. But to just outright shit on this game, like, nah, this game's trash, it's not fun, this, that, and third, you're disingenuous and you're a piece of shit, and you're the reason you should not be talking about games at all. I stand on that, because this game was fun, and it's definitely sad. Now, if you're wondering as for like when are they going to be shutting down the servers for at least console, it'll be on June 22nd of this year, obviously. Very unfortunate. Very, very, very unfortunate. I'm, again, not the biggest fan of, you know, people just formulating opinions about shit like this in games that they just haven't played. Like, it's heavily agitating to me that this game just got dunked on and motherfuckers weren't playing it. Like, I bought it, I got my friends to buy it, and we sunk hours into this game. When I say sunk hours, I'm talking big hours. I'm talking we staying up till 2, 3 in the morning on some shit, like on Xbox Live Party and shit like that, having a blast. And then one of the homies come over, we still playing, like, you know what I'm saying? Just, man, RIP Battlefield Hardline, man. Like, if you on PC, you can still find like really full lobbies, shit like that. If you're on console, it's very hard to do it now. But it is what it is, man. 'Tis his life, and it's very sad. I'm still gonna be playing this game at some point. Like, I played ever so often, you know, when your backlog is deep and you actually play games and not just watch everybody else play them, you have a really fat ass backlog, and I gotta get to it. But I will be dropping a video of me playing this before, you know, the console versions or the console servers shut down permanently. Moment of silence for Battlefield Hardline, man. Hey, I'm here to interrupt this podcast episode to let y'all know to hit that subscribe button if you're watching a video version of this. We are almost at 1K now. 896 subs, right? We is 104 subs away from the big 1K. So do me a favor, please. Since you're already here, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Literally free. I'm not asking you to go ahead and pay for a sub, none of that. Hit that sub button. Let's get to this 1K so I can play the scary game already, continue on my life. Because I already checked my analytics. About 6% of y'all who come to this channel anyways, and I'm talking about repeat people, aren't subscribed. So stop playing with me. Hit the subscribe button, baby. Let's get back to the show. We want to get onto some real sad shit, dude. Some shit that I didn't think I'd ever see. Destiny 3 is not getting any more updates after I think it's June 9th. Bro. This is now like at least the 3rd game that I could immediately think of to where a 3rd entry should be like a no-brainer just for it to get, you know, completely ignored again due to, you know, corporate greed and execs who don't play video games. They just worry about numbers. We hate you. Just know the entire gaming community fucking hates your guts. Yeah, it's not it's not good. I mean, you know, I haven't played Destiny in at least like a good year and some change now, because I play a variety of games, like I said, and it just hasn't been on that high of a list for me. But bro, like this last update supposed to add new missions, like put back a bunch of stuff that was, I guess, that was sunsetted, and a gang of other things. And it's really baffling, for lack of better words, that there's no Destiny 3 in the pipeline. Like, at all. There's no word, no nothing. It's just hopes and prayers and dreams at this point, due to the fact that Bungie's basically going to be focusing all their time, effort, energy, and assets now to Marathon, their extraction shooter, of which I'm not a fan of it. It's not for me. I don't like extraction shooters. I've been on record saying this, so don't be surprised to never see me play that shit. I played it for all of 15 minutes, got irritated, got the fuck off. It's not my cup of tea. But I've seen this, again, before with, what are we going to say, fellas and ladies? Apex and Titanfall. We could have been had Titanfall 3. And in fact, Titanfall 2 got fucked over by EA. Again, fuck you, EA. Because what happened? They released Titanfall 2, one of the best FPSs of all time argue with a brick wall because you're better to change its mind than you are to change mine. Yeah, they released that in between their latest Battlefield release and a Call of Duty game. I can't remember. I think it was World War II and Battlefield like 5 or Battlefield 1 or some shit like that. It was one of them. But they released it in between those two. So people are going to go to what they're more familiar with, which is the Call of Duties and the Battlefields. So Titanfall 2 got thrown to the wayside. Very unfortunate. Because again, that damn game had all types of the right shit. We're talking about movement. Because again, around that time, this was the futuristic-esque type shit that, we was kind of ushering in slowly but surely. Going from Titan to your actual pilot, lit. Wall running, lit. Destroying a Titan felt so satisfactory. Killing somebody in the Titan, you actually felt like that dude for real. It was fun, and they found the right balance between actually having CPU characters, or like, yes, like AI control characters, shit like that, so you can like build up your points to get your Titan, as well as killing players. And killing a player was very satisfying because everybody's just moving and zipping around having so much damn fun. So I've seen this before, and again with Battlefront 2, another title EA decided to fuck over because their corporate greed does not know any bounds. Because yeah, let's go ahead and add loot boxes that literally are pay to win, until Disney smacks us in the face. Say don't do this dumb shit again. Yeah, fuck you, EA. Anyways, I really can't stand these companies. I'm not gonna hold you. EA is like at the top of my shit list. But Destiny 3. It's probably not going to happen, people. You can keep all the hope you want alive, but take it from the communities who have seen this before and have been through it before. They're not listening. Because, they're just going to zone out and tune it out. The only way they would actually listen and give you what the fuck you wanted, you would then have to convince the entire Marathon community, who is actually apparently enjoying that game, to stop playing that game. Because the only thing that these execs and things like that are worried about is the bottom line, is that dollar. So until you vote with your wallets and make their pockets hurt, they're not going to pay you any mind. Because again, they've seen this time and time again by now. And it's very unfortunate because I got some of my most fondest gaming memories from Destiny. Destiny is literally my top 5, top 10 like gaming franchises, like as a whole, like gaming franchises, not just like games, because if I do games, and we got Kingdom Hearts, NBA Street, Def Jam, all that good shit, Need for Speed. Like, I got a lot of games, but like we talking like overall franchise. Like if I say like the NBA Street franchise, the Kingdom Hearts franchise, you know what I'm saying? Destiny's like probably my top 5, no question. Actually, I know it's in my top 5 the more I think about it. Actually, yeah, now that I think about Warframe and Destiny have to be in my top 5 just off the hours I put in alone. Because Destiny, the very first one that came, bro, I pre-ordered that. And the funny thing was, shout out to the black dude who worked at the GameStop at the time where the first Destiny was like announced and shit like that. Cause I had a GameStop across the street from my house, and I'd go there like almost every other day just to see what's popping in the E streets and shit like that. Bro went in there, he was telling me, have you played Destiny? Or have you not played? Have you heard of this game Destiny? I'm like, no, not really. What's up with it? He was telling me like it's a MMO and I'm like, I've never played an MMO. I'm a little nervous about that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm used to just playing single player games. That me big single player. But when he was talking, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna listen. Pre-ordered it, had the poster. This is back when pre-orders actually gave you some cool shit like posters and keychains and shit like that. They don't do that no more, unfortunately. But had that, was waiting for it. I don't even know if my post on Instagram's up anymore, but I had a picture of the Destiny poster on my Instagram. Like I took a picture, I was that excited. Told my boys about it. We all pre-ordered it. When I tell you we sunk so many hours into that game with every, update, the DLC from the House of Wolves to the Curse of the Thrall, all that shit to, when was it? The Iron Banner first drop? Like that was like the first like big one. Bro, we were so enamored with that shit. Playing the competitive, Trials of Osiris shit like that. Back when Trials of Osiris, I will die on this hill. Trials of Osiris on D1 was way harder than it was on D2. We only went flawless one time, and that was some sweaty ass shit. And I've been on record saying I've never been the greatest like FPS player. That's never been like my forte. I've never been, the motherfucker that I've never been the motherfucker who's like, yeah, what I'm saying, I got the 3.0 KD, 2.0 KD, dog. I get a 1.0 and I'm ecstatic. You know what I'm saying? Like, I go 15 and 12 and I'm like, hey, I did my thing. You know what I'm saying? But dude, like that game was just so much fun. Then we get to Destiny 2, and again, I'm excited because we watching the trailer where Zavala, R.I.P. the voice actor, fuck Zavala though. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ain't trying. You was not trying to slide for Cade. We gonna talk about that later. But seeing Zavala fucking throw up his damn Titan bubble, the new abilities, like everything. And again, Bungie fumbled with that because you remember the shaders were tied to like one specific piece of armor and shit. Like they were fucking that game up. But they started figuring it out. But the DLC for like the expansion packs were so much better in this game. Like Witch Queen, I'm not gonna hold you, probably my all-time favorite. Not gonna hold you. The final shape was cool. R.I.P. my nigga Cade. I'm not gonna lie. What was it? The Fallen, where Cade dies. I actually cried. I ain't gonna lie. I actually did cry when Cade died. I did not appreciate that shit at all. But the Witch Queen was so lit, dude. Like, dog, I got Terry, Rambo, and Kenny all to buy that shit. Like, that's how in it we was. Like, we was talking about doing raids and some more shit. Granted, I think I only did like a piece of a raid and a couple dungeons and shit like that. But dude, this game, like I got so many memories just playing this shit, chilling in Discord, all that shit. Hell, I played Sir D on multiplayer. Granted, I got my ass waxed. And Sir D don't even know who the fuck I am. But if you ever see this, shout out to you, bro. I got fucked up. But it was fun. Like, this game is just overall fun. Then they added like the combination system that you're seeing right here in my video. And I honestly don't know how to feel about this. Because like I played this game forever now. Like this is at least a 15-year plus franchise, roughly somewhere in there. Like I can't think of when the first Destiny came out off the top of my head. I know it came out when I was a grown ass man, so I'm thinking 2015, 2016, maybe. I might be wrong, but this game, this franchise has still so much left to offer, and there's so many ways they could take it. That's the thing about playing sci-fi space games, things like that. It can go anywhere with it. You just have to have the creativity to make it go to whatever direction you want it to go to, because it's an expanding universe. Like there's so much shit that we can do that's just now not going to be explored. Like think about it. They could do a whole Destiny 3 where they bring back dragons and shit like that, some way, shape, or form. You know, like there's dragons in this universe, like all types of shit. We can get back to that. We could go talk about that. We can have all type of damn little spin-offs and shit like that, from becoming mercenaries and shit like that, turning our back on the Vanguard. Like, we can take this anywhere, but now we can't. And it's very unfortunate. And I'm personally just not happy with it. I mean, hell, even at the State of Play, which is recent, which is a lot of the news that we're going to be talking about, it was flooded with, you know, Destiny fans saying we want Destiny 3. And granted, the State of Play showed some bangers, and we're going to talk about a few of them. We got to talk about a few of them. But it was flooded with that because that's what the people want. So get the people what they want. And for the life of me and almost everybody else involved, it's not hard to even like do this or even think about why you should. But thing is, I promise you that marathon game, they're going to try to run that one into the dirt. Like, that's the next big hit. And I'll be honest with you, I might not have the foresight, and it might be a little bit of, you know, bias talking a little bit. I don't see that game lasting nearly as long as Destiny. I just don't. From a fan base perspective, as well as just an overall game perspective, I don't see it lasting that long. And I'm not trying to go off like Steam numbers and shit like that, because Lord knows you can't really, not Steam, like streaming and shit like that. And I follow a very diverse amount of streamers, from like, you know, homeboys to just people who I just enjoy watching, you know, gameplay of and things of that sort. I don't see that game often. Now, if I go on Twitch, it might tell a different story. It might, and that's fine. I could be wrong. I just don't think it's going to last that long, or as, I'm not going to say that long. I don't think it's going to last as long as this game. I don't see it happening. I just personally don't see it happening. Especially considering that because that fuck ass game is the reason why we're not getting Destiny 3. Now, I got personal beef with that game only because it's the reason why I'm not going to see Destiny 3 in my lifetime. Like, there's 3 games I'm pretty sure I'm never going to see ever. Titanfall 3, Battlefront 3, and now Destiny 3. I would throw NBA Street up in there, but we actually have gotten another NBA streetish type game that looks a lot of fun. I actually didn't get a chance to play it yet, but we're gonna pivot onto that in a second. But rest in peace to Destiny 2, bro. Like, the servers are going to stay online, which is nice, so people can still play it. You know, still do the dungeons, the raids, all types of stuff. Like, they're still going to do the maintenance and keeping up with it. But as far as any big expansions and updates, it's over with. And the crazy part is, this game has fulfilled its 10-year plan, because that's how long this game was supposed to last, and it did do that. But we were supposed to get a Destiny 3, an announcement trailer or something, and we didn't get it. It is very unfortunate, and I am, again, not a fan of this, because this game is something special. This franchise is something special. Motherfuckers have gotten married and like got wives and husbands and shit and got happily ever afters off of this fucking game. Don't believe me? Look it up. I am not bullshitting you. It's unfortunate, dog. All I can say is, yo, RIP Destiny, bro. You will be thoroughly missed, and you have created so many fond memories for me and my friends that we get to go back and enjoy and laugh at. From the multiplayer, from the campaign, because Lord knows Witch Queen was hard as shit at first. From the builds, you know, that's actually how I seen one of my favorite content creators, dude on TikTok named Quad. His whole thing was he had triple, or he had 4 triple, like 400 plus what's the shit called, like stats. So he had like 100 resilience, 100 mobility, 100 like super, and 100 something else. And I loved watching the videos. Like, I've done subscribed and followed so many damn Destiny creators, and this game has made so many dope ass creators too. Like, I'm not happy with this at all. Like, there's no reason why we should not be getting a Destiny 3. There is none. The fan base, there's a fan base behind it, and Lord knows there's money behind it. But I guess not the amount of money that they want, that they think that they can get out of a marathon. And I don't want no game to fail, because, you know, when a game fails, then, you know, people lose their jobs. But people are already losing their jobs at a record pace over there. So fuck it. Fuck marathon. Let's get on to the next topic. Hey, excuse interruption for your colored commentary and your lovely podcast needs and/or video needs, depending on which video I put this on. But make sure y'all go ahead and subscribe to my walkthrough channel, Woozilla Walkthroughs. As you can see here, go ahead and I'm gonna have to edit this too. I'm doing all types of walkthroughs. I'm talking NFL Street, as you see in the background. I got OG games like Lord of the Rings. I done played Freedom Fighter. Some games you might not even heard of. I've even done a FIFA Street walkthrough, 10 episodes just straight fire, and so many more. So make sure y'all go ahead and hit that subscribe button, leave a like, and comment on them videos, because we going up on that channel. I don't want y'all to miss out on it. All right, let's get back to the show. All right, so I previously mentioned that there was going to be a NBA streetish type game. Shout out to my boy Ricky, you know what I'm saying? I actually didn't get a chance to play this game yet, like at all. Life be life, and again, bro. So apparently the developers who are a part of the teams who made, you know, the infamous NBA Street Volume 1, 2, 3, all that good shit, are now trying to make a comeback with NBA The Run, featuring the original announcer from NBA Street 2 and 3 and whatnot. Now the game is featuring, of course, you know, popular NBA players, you know, Bam Adebayo, Victor Wembanyama, Zion, all that good stuff. Very electric, the superstars of the NBA. But it's also featuring new street ball like legends and characters and things like that, which is good, because you know what that means? Every now and again they can have a special event where they bring back a Stretch, a Biggie Little, a Bonafide, things like that. But on top of that, now they can, you know, have their own new type characters in this game that could be now trendsetters that will be popular, you know, with the kids now, the same way that, like I said, the Stretches of them were popular for us. And the gameplay does look pretty damn smooth. It looks very fun. You know, it looks very arcadey. Some of the things I did see, you know, watching Trey, Ricky, chasing them play this game, was you could spam, steal, and spam push like a motherfucker on this game. Like a motherfucker. Now, I'm not a fan of that, because that's going to be irritating. playing this online. Cause I'm gonna play with, the homies, obviously, and I'm gonna play this online a little bit, but that's gonna piss me smooth off. As well as I did see there wasn't like a lot of dribble moves, like a little like dribble like variations, things like that. Now I'm not saying 2K style dribbling, with the right stick, things like that, turbo buttons, things like that. That's what I'm primarily looking for. I just wasn't seeing too many like counters, things like that, because NBA Street Volume 1, 2, L1 Square did something, R2, like all that good shit. Like he was able to combo those up to break somebody off, to build up your game breaker, all that good shit. So I hope that they do add it at some point. By what I've seen, very limited, but again, this is like kind of them just dipping their toes in, just coming back on the scene a little bit. And on top of that, it's at a fair price point of $30. Now, I was scared for a second that they were going to try to charge this for the full $70. I was terrified. It's like, if it's for the full $70, a lot of people gonna pass up on this because, brother, there's all these games releasing, so $70 is pretty damn steep. But the fact that they're like, yeah, 30, that's a fair price, considering that it has game modes from like the tournament shit that you can play offline, online, play with your friends, private lobbies, unlockable characters, things like that. 30 bones is a very fair price, considering that almost every game swears up and down that they worth the 70 ball. $30 here and there, I'm cool with it. We need more of it. As well as, if this game does well enough, this could inspire like an NFL The Run, a FIFA The Run. Granted, I'm not a FIFA fan. I hated FIFA Street. That game fucking cheats. Give me a second. I gotta drink some water. But this game could give us the NFL Street back. It could do a lot of things. This game could open the door for bringing back our beloved Street franchises just to, the modern age and things of that sort. Like, this game can do that. The more goofy games that we get that's not so rooted in being a simulation or, competitive and just being fun for the sake of being fun, the better. Because that is why, the early 2000s, that PS2 era is the best console and the best generation of all time. And it's not even an argument, not even a question. There was so much variety. So many different games. You want an NBA game? There was like 7 of them. NFL, 6 of them. FIFA, I think there's like 3 or 4 of them. Hell, I think even fucking baseball had like 6 of them. Hockey had a few. Boxing had a few. Like, every game had different options. Like, if you wanted the super simulation racing, Gran Turismo. Fucking Forza. Well, not PS2, but Gran Turismo. And shit like that. But if you want something more fun, Need for Speed. You can go Need for Speed. You can go, as a matter of fact, there was a NASCAR game too, I think, and a fucking Formula game on PS2. But you can go ATV versus motocross. You go Need for Speed if you want the not so real type shit. You got Burnout. You got fucking Midnight Club. There was so many options, bro. So many options in that era, and I would like to hope that we get back to that, because the more options the better. Like, this whole thing of there has to be just one is so stupid. Competition breeds creativity, and it's better for the consumer because now we have options. That's why 2K is where it's at right now. Like, quick diversion. There's nothing more that I hate than when I get on the internet, Twitter, whatever, and I see people talking about, man, NBA Live would look so much fun, this game would da. And it's like, dude, we was screaming from the mountaintops this game is not trash, but you 2K niggas was so obsessed with calling the game ass, shit, this, that, and third, not giving it a chance, and not giving any any constructive criticisms and constructive feedback outside of saying it's trash. I know a lot of y'all can't read past a 4th grade level, and I know a lot of y'all damn vocabularies at a 3rd grade level. But you can say this game needs to be better with this. This game needs better this. Just saying game's trash does not help anybody or anything. Like, the biggest issue with NBA Live 19 was the gameplay. It was just very stiff. They made changes to the graphics, to the story, to all this shit to make it look good. They had live events, shit like that, to where you're able to play the professor and unlock him as an actual playable character on your squad. Bone Collector, Stretch, all these people. But the gameplay was just stiff, which was his biggest downfall, because graphically it looked better than 2K. To this day, it actually still looks better than 2K graphically, especially like in the NBA courts. It looks better. It still looks better. Problem was just the gameplay. That's all you had to fix and fine tune. And because of that, we're not going to see an NBA Live 19, or not an NBA Live. We're not going to see an NBA Live probably for like the next 2-3 years. And I pray every day that I'm wrong, that someday they just drop a trailer saying that they're going to get back to it. But I don't see it happening, because you niggas wouldn't know what to do with it. But I digress. This game, I hope, does really well, and I hope it opens the floodgates for more developers and, you know, more like spawns to basically come out like this. Hell, I've been wanting a slam ball game for like the longest time, just because I think it'd be hilarious and they could just take that in a bunch of different ways as far as like courts can go, gameplay style, things of that sort. Like, that should be lit, personally. We just need more goofy games, more fun games like this. Now, they almost had it with NBA Playgrounds. It was almost there. The problem was the servers were just fucking god awful. So that left a bad taste in a lot of people's mouths, shit like that. Plus, the unlocking was stupid. If you paid, I think it was like 60, then you got every character and shit like that. It was but it was fun. And again, a good little well, actually, I take that back. I don't think they had packs. No, they had packs in the first one, but it wasn't as egregious. It wasn't as predatory. Then we get to the second one where 2K bought it and they fucked that game over. But now, I really hope, and I'm really thinking that they're going to do that. This game can be something special, and not from just a standpoint of, you know, this game is just trying to reinvent the wheel. Just this game is bringing back a genre of gaming that we have not seen in many a fucking moons. Like, NBA Playgrounds came out on PS4. Let that sink in for a second. That's almost like 8. Well, actually, no, the PS4 is officially a 10-year-old console plus. So yeah, it's been a good little minute. So we need this type of energy and this type of creativity and this type of fun back in this gaming shit. And I hope that they continue on with this. And I hope this game does well. That way we can get an NFL to run, or an NFL on the field, something. And fucking MLB sluggers and shit like that. Like, we need that back, because it just provides fun for the game community as a whole and for the consumer. You know, there was nothing like, you know, going to your cousin's house or to your friend's house, fucking booting up NBA Street Volume 2 and running the ones. You know what I'm saying? There was nothing like it. It was fun as shit, making your own character and building them up, like, bro. Which, again, is hopefully something that they bring into this game, is the ability to build your own character and have your own custom starting squad and shit like that. Now, that might be later down the line. Hell, they might say that for the second entry in the game if this game does well enough. And I'm hoping it does, because, like, I'm going to keep reiterating it. We need more of this. So if y'all want more, you better fucking support it. You better support it. Dead ass. Support it, buy it, play it, enjoy it, and try it, and try. Just try to have fun. Just turn your brain off and have fun with it. Not everything needs to be competitive. We don't need all types of NBA to run, you know, best squads and shit like that. Just play the game and have fun. Try that. Try that and see what happens. You might actually enjoy gaming again. Oh man. All right. God of War. What is it? Laufey? Fam. When I tell you I'm actually excited for this shit, mostly due to the fact that I love God of War. I played every single God of War, even the PSP versions. Played them all. Beat them all too. Man, look. I was not expecting a God of War reveal. None of that. But the fact that we're actually playing as Kratos' wife, Faye, on like the other side, she's out here fighting other gods of war across different pantheons, is very fucking interesting and a great concept. Now, I'm not going to acknowledge the pussyless side of the game community. We don't talk about them. No, they're losers and they don't get no ass and they don't play these games. I'm excited for this because by the looks of what I've seen, I didn't get a chance to watch the full 20-minute gaming or a gameplay reveal. I'm actually saving that for a reaction video. But what I've seen though, it looks like they're keeping the same combat style from Ragnarok in 2018, which I do like, because I actually do like the more, is it Dark Souls-ish? I don't even know how to say it. I just like that combat style a little bit. Like, it's still a beat 'em up, but I still got to be a little bit smarter than, you know, how it was in God of War 1, 2, and 3 and shit like that. Plus, the boss fights was boss fighting like a motherfucker. Like, you ever fought them Valkyries and shit like that? You shit got wicked. But the fact that this woman out here putting belt to ass and they ducking no fade like her husband, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with that. Because Faye ain't gonna be no victim. And I love that shit. Ain't no victims around here, boy. And graphically, it looks fucking amazing. But I like the more vibrant colors that they're kind of going with by what I've seen in this thus far. And then that whole thing of, so if you played Ragnarok, which I hope you did by now, if you haven't, fucking spoiler alert, Kratos dies like in the first 5 minutes of the game. When you're fighting as Kratos, you're fighting Thor, and then like you die or whatever the hell when Thor kills you, fucking Kratos goes to the other side and helps his wife get up and do whatever she needs to do, and then when Thor revives him, that's when Kratos disappears. That attention to detail right there, that attention to detail right there, oh, that's something. Oh, they cooking with that grease, I see. Because it's very interesting that she's fighting different gods of war across like the pantheons, shit like that. Because apparently there was like an Egyptian one and a Persian one or some shit like that. Like in there, I haven't done like a complete and total deep dive on what's been released and shit like that yet. I'm just going based off what I've seen and read a little bit. But this might be potentially, we might see Ares again. We might see Ares. Because all these gods go to this other side, you know, after death. Then Ares might be at this motherfucker. Like Ares might pop his head back in and talk about what's up with your husband. On some shit. And then we got Catch the Fade. I'm with that. Plus, one thing I do hope, in comparison from Frey's playstyle to Kratos's, I hope she's a lot more nimble, and by the looks of what I'm seeing based off this trailer, excuse me, that she's a lot more nimble, a lot more agile. Because, you know, Kratos is big, brooding, you know, he's a fucking Spartan, bro. Like, never back down, never surrender, nigga. A Spartan dies on his shield, all that good shit. But I hope that she's just more of a, you know, in and out. I'm about to just give you a little bit of belt right here, weave, belt over here, weave, belt over, you know what I'm saying? Like, I hope you actually feel the difference and shit like that. Because on my walkthrough channel, we already done God of War 2018, and I don't think I've done 2018. No, I've done 2018. 2018 and Ragnarok, and I've done 3 and 1 thus far. I didn't do 2 yet. But bro, when I seen this, I couldn't believe it at first, because it was like God of War, and I was like, huh? And it was like God of War Lofty. I was like, what the fuck? We got a new one? And then I was just confused. I was more so confused at first, like, who's this girl? And it was like, oh, that's Kratos' wife. So now it starts to make sense as to why she's the only woman who can call Kratos a good boy and get away with it. It makes perfect sense. It makes sense. I'm looking forward to this right here. I'm not gonna lie to you. This is definitely a day one for me. Point blank period. I'm pretty sure it's gonna come out next year or the year after next. One of the two. I'm pretty sure they're at least close to finished. I'm not gonna say close to finished. They're far enough in the development process to where they can actually show 20 minutes of gameplay and all this, you know, technical shit like that. I am pretty sure that we're gonna see this by next year, probably around this time, or 2028. I hope it's next year. I really do. But if not, just make sure the fucking game works. That is all I care about. That's generally all I care about. Just make sure the game fucking works. Like, the story I'm excited for, to see how she's getting down and what she's actually getting into, because Kratos literally said that your mother's protecting us on the other side. Apparently that was fucking literal. Like, dude, I'm excited. I'm excited. That's all I gotta say about this. Because again, I played all the God of Wars. 1, 2, 3. The fucking Ghost of Sparta, the shit that was on the PSPs, to the 2018s, to the Ragnaroks. The only one I haven't played yet actually is the Son of Sparta one that they just released, like the 2D platformer. That's the only one I haven't played yet, but I probably will at some point. But I need this. I need this ASAP, like in my hand type beat, because this game gonna be fun than a bitch. Stressful as hell, but it's gonna be so much fun. And especially the boss fights, like the boss fights in God of War literally have gotten so much better. Still piss me smooth off, but what game doesn't at this point? But I'm thoroughly looking forward to this shit. And another game I'm looking forward to is that Wolverine. Let's talk about it. Now, this game almost got ruined thanks to some bitch-ass hackers and shit like that. People were out here playing like the game and shit like that because some hackers tried to extort, I think it was Sony or somebody or whatever, talk about give us this amount of money, we're going to release the game or whatever. To which they said, go ahead and fucking do it, and the hackers did. And honestly, it kind of came and went a little bit. Like, people knew about it, but a lot of people just didn't play it just because they're like, no. Some people did because they were just curious. Whatever, but game's still coming out. It just delayed this game. So I remember correctly, this game was supposed to come out like last year or like a while ago, and it's made by the same folks who made the Marvel Spider-Man franchise. So Marvel Spider-Man 1 and 2, Miles Morales, Insomniac. There we go. I couldn't remember that company. And by the looks of it, Wolverine on that, as you can see, just out the gate, giving straight belt work. It's bloody, it's gory, it's everything we want. They not shying away from none of that shit. It has sneaking elements, overall brutality, and just the shit that makes Wolverine Wolverine. And on top of that, he looks tiny. He does not look like huge to me. Now it could just be the angles and shit like that, but he looks short because Wolverine's actually very tiny, like in the comic books, shit like that. Not saying I really give that much of a shit. I don't, but seeing my man in his natural element like this, where he's actually here just to put BTA, makes me very excited. It gets me rather intrigued. And I know they're gonna have Sabretooth in this bitch, because Sabretooth and Logan got a forever beef. But the fact that you actually see Logan's like healing factor heal, like his suit and shit like that too, bro. What I've seen from this game, because I've seen some of it on Twitter and shit like that. Dude, this shit look fun. This shit look fun. Especially because it's made by Insomniac and their combat is so much fun. Because like I said, you're going to hear me say fun a lot. Because that's all I care about at my grown ass age. I just care about having fucking fun. I don't give a fuck about competing. None of that shit. The fact that this game looks like this enjoyable, and the fact that they didn't try to do a fucking PG or what is it, a T rating. They said, nah, we're going for M. Means that nothing's off limits, because as you can see, is blood, guts, spitting ass everywhere, and that bullet ain't gonna do shit, bitch. Is that Psylocke? No, who's that? Is that Jean? That might be Jean. Yeah, that's damn sure Jean Grey. Yeah, dog. Oh shit. Okay, I'm not gonna hold you. It's like my genuine reaction to this shit, because I didn't watch this yet. I didn't know they're getting down like this. Now, I just hope this game is as long as the others, like the Spider-Man games. I don't need this game to be 30 to 40 hours plus. I'm cool with the smooth little, you know what I'm saying, little 15, 20. And that's like the sweet spot, 15, 20 hours. That's enough to get a good story across, good point across, build up your character, skill point, skill tree, as well as it leaves room for replayability in case I want to come back to the game and do some more shit, platinum it, whatever, try different abilities, all that shit. Like I said, I don't need all my games to be crazy open worlds and be long as hell. I don't. I play too many games. Hell, I still haven't played Cyberpunk yet, yo. Like, I still have not played Cyberpunk. Granted, I was waiting on that game to actually get his shit together, but I digress. Like, damn, this combat look good. What the I ain't gonna hold y'all. Like, this is becoming less of me doing a podcast and more of me just reacting. This shit looks fucking amazing. I'm looking forward to this game only because of the circumstances that, came up against it, as well as who's developing it. Because Insomniac has done right by, these comic book character games. Now, I would like to hope and imagine that at some point we can get a proper Incredible Hulk game. I would love that, to like where we're squabbling up with like Abomination and shit like that, world-ending threats, things of that sort, or hell, even an Avengers game that's actually co-op to a degree and not that shit that they tried to give us a while ago. I would just like to hope that we see more of that. But for right now, we're going to just focus on this Wolverine. And I really do hope that this game is as fire as it's looking right now. And I have decent expectations. I don't have high expectations like, oh, it's going to be game of the year, best game I ever played in my life. But I know I'm going to get my money's worth and enjoy this shit. Because you can't, it's hard, well, even though they've done it, it's really hard to fuck up a good, like, superhero game. It takes effort and just overall just lack of giving a fuck about the character. Like, I'm not saying the character needs to be 100%, comic book accurate, because there's so many comic books about like almost every character, but it just needs to be somewhat fun and, like, yep, that's some Wolverine shit, or yep, that's some Spider-Man shit. And Insomniac has done really well, from voice acting to the cutscenes to, the random shit that happens within their games. So I'm looking real forward to it. And I'm really, 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 really hoping this shit works. I don't want no crazy bugs, no crazy glitches. I don't need this shit, you know what I'm saying, having a random fucking blue screen of death. And as you can see, fucking you mash square and his healing factor kicks in. Dude, I'm ecstatic to play this shit. Ecstatic. And the fact that it actually has a release date, if I remember correctly, it comes out in a couple, hold on, I just gotta look this shit up. I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure this comes out like this year, yeah, September 15th, which is actually 5 days for my birthday. And you know what else comes out this year too? That GTA 6. Hopefully it's gonna be another fire year for gaming. I feel sorry for you if you base your whole goddamn gaming library off of having a strong fucking male white protagonist. Ugh. It's gonna be spooky for you, but I'm looking forward to this shit, man. I'm looking forward to this shit, man. And now on to our final topic. This is gonna be like a quick little tidbit. Yujiro Hama's coming to fucking Tekken. I thought it was gonna be Baki, even though it was just a rumor at first. I thought for sure it was gonna be Baki. It just, to me, made more sense. They decided to add Yujiro Hanma. I'm shocked. Now we got, as far as like the character that's coming back, is going to be Kunimitsu. She's already out. Bob, Roger, who hasn't seen a Tekken game since like I think 5, and now Yujiro friggin' Hanma is coming to Tekken. Now people are talking about, well, not even people, I'm not even really gonna acknowledge it too much, but y'all know the narrative that's going around about people who don't even play Tekken or know the lore of Tekken, and they're just trying to grasp at straws to be mad about something. I'm gonna let you fill in the blanks, things like that. But if you play Tekken, you know that this game's filled with just the worst and the worst type of people on planet fucking Earth. Yeah. Stop trying to have a moral high ground in this in fucking gaming, please. Please. Yeah, y'all be the same ones playing God of War and loving that shit. Actually, y'all probably don't. Anyways, let me just stop, because I'm about to go on a tangent just cussing motherfuckers out who really don't be playing these fucking games. I'm looking forward to this shit only because, for one, haven't seen Bob since Tekken 6, I think Tekken 6 or Tekken 5. Same thing with Roger. Kunimitsu's been in the last like 3 Tekkens. But now with Yujiro Hanma, now it's kind of interesting, because where we gonna go with this? Is he gonna have his infamous fucking whip slap technique and shit like that? Is he gonna have like is his rage art gonna be him grabbing you using like a nunchuck like he did against Baki? They can go anywhere with this, and I'm very interested in this shit, because again, I love Tekken. It's my all-time favorite fighting game. It's actually got me back into playing Tekken so I can learn the matchups and learn some of these characters and shit like that. Like, I just picked up Armor King, and I'm struggling, because I keep trying to play Armor King like how I play King, and I can't do that. He's more of a brawler. King is a full-on wrestler. It's annoying, but that's all I got on the gaming side of things today, folks. I ain't got nothing on anime. And as far as life is going, like I said, your boy got married. We will talk about that on the next episode. As far as when I'm going to be recording these, I don't have a set time, a set list, anything of that sort. I'm going to try to at least bare minimum give y'all like a podcast a week. You know, at least one. You know, we talk about like just random gaming stuff or just random life updates, things of that sort. And not just life updates, but like kind of just, you know, what's going on in the world, shit like that. But, you know, I'm going to work on that. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. It's been a minute. Definitely went on for about as long as I thought it would. But y'all be smooth. Hit that like button, all that other good shit. And I'm going to see y'all on the next one.